coming out and checking our garden out. We planted some things here a while back and some of it's starting to come up. But last night we got some freezing temperatures, so we're checking it out and seeing how it's done. So you can see we got some little bean sprouts. They look like you're doing okay. Okay, good.
Mom, strawberries are coming up good. Just got 3 rows of them. They're all doing really, really good. Then got a few peas starting to come up here and there. And okra, which I don't really understand why okra is not a real big thing here up north. I mean, granted, we're not northern Indiana, we're southern Indiana, but you don't really see a whole lot of okra options at the restaurants, which I don't get, because this is a really, really good food, especially fried okra. Man, I could eat that all day long, every day. But they're all coming up really, really good. You can see corn starting to pop up. So, and all this sweet corn, we just got 3 decent rows. We got a lot more of site 2, so I know we got some potatoes at site 2 starting to come up. Now, I don't know if we'll actually sell any of them potatoes, but because we didn't plant a whole lot. But if nothing else, it's going to be good for us. So, all right. So, Mom, she decided she's going to plant some asparagus green beans, which is like the really, really long ones. And they ain't coming up yet. They should be here soon. Then, of course, this here is just cattle fencing. My brother, he nailed up some 2x4s for her, made a little trellis. So now underneath this is not all dirt, guys. My brother, he built this raised bed, and what I did is I got some of them logs for firewood, and it's probably about right here. I got them stacked up. So from here to here is dirt, and really from here to here is just dirt from the woods here. And then got a real small layer, probably about an inch or so, of actual topsoil up on top on both of these. So you guys don't have to completely fill these with dirt, and them logs will break down over time, and it'll feed the plants too. So, and also give earthworms and stuff something to hide in. Here's another one of Mom's little projects. So the idea of this is going to be sunflowers that grows up all around here, right? And it's got a little opening here. So the idea is whenever these things get tall, the kids can come in here and sit and talk and play and stuff, which is kind of cool. And I'll show you guys this. We got one summer squash starting to come up, which she didn't plant a whole lot down here this year. Got one summer squash coming up right there, and the rest of these all start coming up soon. And it's getting towards the end of April, but we just had a big frost last night, so I'm glad we didn't go ahead and transplant all them peppers and tomatoes and stuff. So we'll probably wait till after May before we actually do all that. And we'll probably turn all this here into peppers, this whole section here. And then we'll probably have 1 or 2 rows of tomatoes up through here. And I'm sure we'll plant other stuff, guys. I don't know what all we're going to put up there yet, but there's still plenty more room, plenty more space to plant some. Even back here, you see this, there ain't no holes in this tarp either. So we got a lot more planned to do yet. And this is just site 1. We still got a lot more to do with site 2 as well. So we'll go in the greenhouse and see what's going on in there. Oh man, it's hot in here. Woo. whoever did this greenhouse did a heck of a good job. Alright, so yeah, she's got a lot of stuff growing in here, guys. A lot of stuff. Got some things ain't coming up yet. Some of the milkweed seeds I got from my house. She's even got some of them down in here. Planted, so. Ooh. While we're out here, I'll go ahead and show you this. So, I know you can't see it very good on the camera, but there's actually a lot of grass growing down and through here. A lot of green. And even up there, there's a lot of green. And all this, guys, is just old hay that I threw out here everywhere. And, I mean, it's starting to come up pretty good. Got a lot of grass growing here. Of course, there's some weeds and stuff, which is fine because goats, sheep, cows, they'll eat weeds too. Got a real nice patch growing here. And it's just hit and miss. So the warmer it gets, I really expect that we're going to get a lot more grass in through here. I mean, I'm seeing little sprouts all over the place. I know, like I said, you may not be able to see it very good on the camera, but it is definitely coming up through this wood. So let that be a lesson for you guys. So here's some of that old hay here. So if you guys got old hay, even if it's moldy, guys, it don't matter. It's still got seeds in it. So if you take that and you clear out a spot of the woods, kind of like we did, I mean, you can look up, it's still the woods. But there's also a lot of light being able to come through a lot of different areas. So it's going to allow this grass to grow and weeds to grow. And they'll keep it down. Any little saplings come up like this, they'll come and they'll eat the tops of them off. And it'll kill these little saplings, which is fine. We don't want no more saplings. We want grass. So they're not really going to hurt the big trees all that much. I did leave a few dead trees up. I don't really like to for the safety of the animals, but at the same time, it's good for the wildlife. Gives them something to hide in. But yeah, I got, like I said, just little grass growing here and there. This is paddock 4. Got a lot of grass growing in here, which was never grass before. And again, got plenty of light now. You see all that light hitting the ground. So hopefully all this will be grassy, is what I'm hoping. And of course they'll go eat and they'll poop out seeds and everything in their manure and keep on spreading it, hopefully. So and here's something else we did this past winter. This hedge line, or brush line rather. So if you guys got hills and everything, all this brush, we've been cutting down some of these trees and got some of these old rotten logs laying around and stuff. So what we did, before it started going down the hill, we put this brush line up, and all the leaves and everything, they would keep blowing until they hit that, and then they'll go down there and they'll break down, which will also cause the trees and stuff to rot down too over time. Now granted, where it's sticking up, it's going to take years before this stuff rots down, whatever's sticking up out of the ground, which is fine because, I mean, we want years. The idea is all the leaves and everything will keep blowing over, which you can see there's really no leaves down through here. They've all blown over to the side, which is allowing the grass and other stuff to grow up. But anyway, this should gradually kind of build up over the years. If we keep this right here where it is, the hedge line, it'll become more flat up here, and we're just going to leave all the brush and everything grow up going down these hollers. Of course, the animals, they can eat it, but a lot of these trees are so tall they ain't going to be able to eat them all. So we're just going to continue to let all them grow up, mature, and it'll give them shade to get down in, and also keep the erosion from happening, which that's really the big thing for this here. Now we're going to be moving these animals around enough to where there should always be some grass after we get it established, of course. It's not really established yet. But once this grass gets established, we'll move them around enough. They won't be able to eat it all the way down to the dirt. And eventually this is going to be really beautiful. All these little saplings will be gone. You'll be able to walk through here anywhere, sit out here, have a picnic if you wanted to. Just watch out for cow pies. So this is why I don't cut down every dead tree, or if it's got dead parts in it or hollowed out or anything like that. Because, like I said, we don't want to kill the wildlife. And obviously there's wildlife living in this tree. This is a really big tree, goes way on up. Yeah, it's got some dead spots in it, holes, this old birch tree. And let's see, we've got 3 of them right here. This one, and this one. And this one here, it's really hollowed out. And you can see this part here is dead on it. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave this. And there's animals living in this too. I've seen squirrels and coons and everything. Which I know, guys, a lot of people don't want coons and wildlife living close to their farm because of chickens and stuff like that. But I don't want to kill them off. I mean, unless we're going to eat them, I don't really believe in killing them. Unless they're really doing devastation to our livestock. But we got our chicken coops. They're pretty secure. And yeah, I want both the best worlds. You guys having fun roaming through here? You guys working? Eating all that brush down? So here soon, we're going to take this little dude here and this little dude here to the local butcher shop to sell. Either that or we're going to eat him. What are you mooing about? You want me to rub on you? Is that what you want? No, you don't want me to rub on you. I mean, if there's anybody local interested in buying them, we will sell them here local, but seems like everybody around here, they don't want to pay nothing for them, which I get. But I know a lot of these people around here, they want to go buy animals from people, then they turn around and want to double the price and resell them or take them to the butcher shop themselves and make a high profit off of them. I just ain't doing that. What do you think here, Violet? And then hopefully soon too, we're going to get a little miniature Highland bull our neighbors got. And see about getting a little Violet and Cinnamon bred. I mean, they're considered miniature. They ain't going to get much bigger than this. Which we don't want, like I said, we don't want big cattle out here. This is a wooded area. We want to make sure there's plenty of food for all the animals all year round. We don't want to get too many goats in here at once or sheep or anything like that. We just want to keep it cleared down, get some grass to grow. And eventually we'll figure out what's about the right number. Of course, you get the smaller animals, you can usually get more animals. Because they just ain't big enough to eat as much as a big one does. But and then I may end up replacing him next year or the year after, I'm not sure. Now this last twins we had came from him, and that's the only kids that he's got. So we may actually keep that little billy goat to breed all these nannies, either next year or the year after. We'll just have to wait and see though. I want to make sure he's going to be aggressive enough. You just got to put your head through the fence. That's what that bald spot, guys, on the back of her neck. It's because she keeps going through the fence, trying to eat on the other side. The grass is greener, I guess. She's the only one that really does that. None of these other ones have any spots whatsoever. So this is where I'm planning on extending the garden next year. I'm going to leave this tree here. I'm going to clear out, which I've already kind of started chopping some stuff down. I'm going to have to take my chainsaws, just using pruners, and go all the way to probably this tree. So in between this tree and this tree, all this here will be cut down. And what I'll do is I'll take the tractor and I'll shove all this old brush. Of course, that trash, we'll throw it away. But I'll shove all this stuff over. I'm just waiting for the pawpaws to come up so I can tell which trees are which, because I don't want to tear any pawpaw trees up. But after I know it's good, then I'll push it on back. And what I'm thinking of, not for actual vegetable garden, but actual like fruit garden, which there's already a trail back here. It's just kind of a loop. So yeah, I'm thinking we get this all cleared up, then we can plant a bunch of blueberries down through here, maybe raspberries, maybe just get a bunch of pawpaw trees or something and just start putting rows of them down through here, a little orchard or something that comes back every year, a perennial. And then I'll probably knock a few of these small trees down. Might take that tulip poplar down up here, because I want to make sure I get sunlight in here. And but yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I always want to continue expanding the garden. I mean, granted, this is a woods, but that's the name of the game of farming. Now, like I said before, I got about 40 acres in my house. I haven't really done a whole lot, except maybe like 4 acres. That's all I've really messed with. So I still got a lot of acres to work on my house. A lot of flat spots, plant stuff and everything. So once we get their 11 acres done, complete with fencing and orchards and everything else, then we'll start working on mine more. We're trying to get this where everybody can walk around, maybe get some picnic tables eventually, and some seats too. We got that little petting zoo, because we want people to be able to come here, have a good time, of course buy some stuff hopefully, but we want to be able to interact with the public, because there really ain't a whole lot to do here in Jennings County. So now there is a couple farms that do similar stuff, and we're sort of related to one of them. So, but still, more stuff like this would be good for people. And people need to know where their food comes from. And there's so many of these millennials, they just think this here is awful, raising animals, keep them in cages. They just don't understand that you can have animals, keep them healthy and safe, and keep them pretty happy. I mean, that is some healthy chickens right there. They're plump, they got good coloration.
What are you doing there in that feed bowl? Well, we named these little goats here. The little boy's called Van, and the little girl's called Illa, because they're white. You put it together, vanilla. Get it? So Van and Illa.
We hope you enjoyed watching Chamberlain Family Farms. You can contact us at chamberlainff gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Chamberlain Family Farms. We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe.